All right, you guys, I lost my mirror filter, so we're going to use this mirror. A little different. But this one is the one we're going to use for tension and fear. I left the exercise above. I want you guys to remember that tension and stress are literally fear. Fear. I don't do fear. That's why I hesitated to do this video. I'm not very good with it. It's not my favorite thing to do. But when it comes to tension and fear, mirror work day 17, I believe, since we've added a day, it's really about making sure we understand that fear is just something that manifests in the form of stress. And really what that boils down to, you guys, and this is so funny, we stress ourselves out by our inner stories. Stress is fear of the change. Change is inevitable in this world. Change is required for us to grow. In other words, for us to have tension is to hold on to want to not change, not grow. It's counterproductive, therefore it creates tension and stress. I'm not very good at this one. I hate doing talks that I'm not good at because I don't hold fear. It's not something that is allowed in the kingdom of God, and therefore I want to stay and remain in the kingdom of God, where everything I say and everything I do creates instantly, and all my reflections match the inner state of my instant now moment. So fear isn't one of those things that I want to carry with me. Fear is one of those things that create an automatic block. And stress and tension is one of those things. It's going to appear in your shoulders, in your neck. So I want us to remember the exercise, you guys, for the mirror work. Imagine it's like a coat. Unbutton that coat. Take it off. Feel all that fear and stress being released from your body. Let it go. Understand that your inner stories create your outer world. So if your inner stories sound like this: I have way too much on my plate. I don't know what to do. Oh my God. And I'm so overworked and blah, 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 blah. Then guess what? You are creating your reality. You're creating your reality as such, and so therefore designing the stress and the tension into your body. And you guys must learn to become absolutely 100% present with your inner stories. Whenever you start to feel bad, your inner story is out of whack. Get present with it. Whenever you start to feel sad, tension, anger, worry, your inner story is out of whack. Get present with it. I don't want us to bypass 3D at all. I want us to face it fearlessly. I want us to understand that fear is the most ridiculous emotion in the world. It only serves one purpose, and let it serve you as it should. And that is to provide the contrast in your 3D world so that you may play with your avatar and have all the experiences you desire. Therefore, it serves as the contrast. It serves as the ring of illusion of separation. But make that your bitch. Don't be its bitch. Do you understand the difference? When you understand the difference, you don't hold tension. You don't hold fear. You don't hold worry. It's impossible. So I really want us today, when we're thinking about stress and tension and we want to release it and we want to look at ourselves in the mirror, what I really, really want us to do is become present with our inner stories. Some of us inherited patterns when we were like, I don't know, by the time we were 5, all of our consciousness was pretty much formed. We tweaked it a little in our teenage years and thereby after, but for the most part, you guys, you are basing your decisions based on the things that you were told as a child. So it is very, very important to become present with those stories so that we can drop these tensions. I listed out already all of the affirmations we can use. I listed out all the concepts, but what I really want us to do is become present. The next series that I will begin with this mirror work is not based on Louise Hay's work. I'm going to be combining things that I have learned, and I'm going to be using a new practice. So I'm going to start offering it. It's going to be called the Science of Quantum Success. I want you guys to understand the science behind it, but I also want us to use the mirror work to start to rewire our brain towards these laws, towards this success, towards accepting change. And so we will go over a lot of different units in this next level. But in order to do that, we must learn now to become present with our thoughts, to realize that stress and tension are our thoughts gone amok away from our heart's desire. Therefore, it's creating this tension. You can almost see it, right? Here your heart goes this way, your mind goes that way, your body feels it in between. So we must be able to release these things. I want us to really address these fears. I really want us to take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you afraid of? What are you holding on to? What limitations do you believe are true of you, and how do you address them? Well, you start by telling yourself the opposite. You start by addressing your fears and by looking at yourself in the mirror and releasing those things. If you guys need to do breath work in order to release the tension, I highly encourage it. Big fan of Wim Hof. Very good way to start your day. If you guys need to do yoga, if you guys need to stretch, if you guys need to become whatever you need to do to become present and now. Because tension and worry are just fear, because you're looking backwards based on your past experience. You're allowing it to dictate your now moment, and that will create tension. It's unnecessary. I'm also going to highly recommend, as part of our studies, the movie called Emotion, E and Motion, together. Okay, highly recommend this movie. You guys must understand the nature of your feelings that are dictating what's going on outside. Everything begins in here. Everything begins in your mirror. And so in order to be free of these things, in order to release the tension, in order to release the stress, you must be willing to do that. So I'm going to be brief on this one since I have to go on with the next day. But I just want to make sure that we do this, you guys. It's very brief. The exercise was already listed. I couldn't find the mirror filter, so we're trying this one out. And let's really address these things, okay? Breathing techniques, I highly, highly, highly recommend, you guys. It is the most effective way to clear tension, to reset, to detoxify, to clean out our pineal gland, to just function in the world at a high vibrational level. Most of you don't realize that when you are functioning on all cylinders, everything comes to you because you have no worry, you have no stress, and you have no fear. Okay? Very, very important, you guys. So practice these things. Make sure you're making sure you're working on releasing all tension and worry. Look and examine at your fear long enough to face it and realize what it is. It's nothing. Everything in this world is made of no things. It is what is not that defines what it will be. So in order to understand this, you must understand that all of your fears are just as imaginary as your reality. So where are you putting your attention? Here, where you get what you don't want? Or over here, where you have none of these fears? Where you're free to not have tension, worry, anxiety. You deserve to live this life. We need to get out of survival mode. So addressing this is very important, you guys. Extremely, extremely important. I want to make sure, because see, right now, I think many of you carry your tension here, in your necks and your shoulders. You know? Stretch these things out. release it. It doesn't serve you. If you need to talk to your body and tell your body that it is okay, if you need to stretch, if you need to stop, hunching over. I used to hunch over. Because I hated my job, but I would I'd hunch over on my screen and then after a while my shoulders would protest. Pay attention to yourselves, honor yourselves, love yourselves, but let go of fear. I promise you one thing, fear is not allowed in the kingdom. It is the water that is separated by the vault, and that vault keeps everything out. So you can live on the earth and you can have that thing that's not real, or you can live in heaven and have the only reality that exists now. But when you want to do that, you must be fearless. You must conquer the world in a way that demonstrates your power, your energy, your love towards everything and everyone. And it must be fearless. It's the only way that the reflection fixes itself. It turns into the constant, and we will see it for what it is. So remember this, you guys. It's very brief. Unbutton that coat that you're wearing called stress, tension, and fear. Lay it down at your feet. Sit for a minute. Breathe for a while. Allow the tension to drain out of your body. It does not serve you. Consider it past fear that needs to go. It is a very good way to live when you are not in tension and resistance mode. See, when you release this tension, when you release this resistance and you become peaceful, everything is drawn to you. It is effortless. You won't need manifestation coaches because you become a manifestation expert, one who simply allows everything to come to them. Therefore, you become peaceful. You understand the power and the words that say, "Be still and know that I am God." Being still means you are in a non-resistant form of being. You're not afraid to look at what you've been shown. You're not afraid to look at the 3D world. You're looking at it from a non-resistant state and maintaining the neutrality that is required for you to see things as they are and not as you are. It's very important, you guys. I promise you this. Removing fear is the absolute most important critical step of getting to the other side of the veil. If you hold on to it for absolutely no reason at all, believe me, I hate fear. I hate the word. Hate it in every shape, way, and form because it shows me limitations that are not real. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. I don't like it. I just don't. That's why it's on the other side of the vault. Belongs there. Now, to get inside the vault, get through the veil, we must remember this. We're going to release all of this tension. We're going to breathe. I don't care if we have to take up a yoga class. Download one on YouTube. Do it. But do whatever it takes to relax and to become non-resistant and watch how everything comes to you. You won't be able to worry or stress yourself out about anything. Everything will just... Because you are a magnet always. You have a heart that is like a magnet. It's a magnetic force. It draws everything to it. And in order to be in that flow state, it requires us dropping this, fear and tension. Okay? Don't forget to do the exercises. Don't forget to look in your mirror. Affirm how you are not afraid of change, how you are welcoming growth. Affirm that you are stress-free as you move about your imagination. Allow your body to unwind, untether, and to really, really become present with your thoughts. You'd be surprised how beautiful it is when you become present with these things and you start directing them in the correct way. Love you guys. Bye.